introduce to you Peggy Stewart. Peggy's a Director 1, so she's like working that team building side and a Platinum 3. She has some really great balance in her business because not only has she developed a team, but she is sold. Platinum 3 is $9,000 worth of product in a month. Imagine like having both those sides working at once. So, wow, Peggy, come on in here, introduce yourself, tell us your story about joining Modere and what brought you to this amazing brand.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks, Tina. Hey, I'm Peggy Murphy. I am 2.5 years in with Modere, and I had, beginning of the pandemic, I work a full-time job. I am a global VP of logistics or sustainability for a logistics company, so I have a full-time job. But when the pandemic hit, I found myself at home. I found myself having a little free time, I guess, keep myself busy. And I had actually joined a different network selling activewear because everybody was home and everybody was, looking to find comfortable clothes. And I came across Modere from a friend. And note that we all seem to have somebody we know who, got us into Modere. But when I learned about the business model that Modere had versus the activewear company I was at, there was no comparison. The systems that we have in place, the support network, the lead by example from our leadership. I mean, we have people in this company who are doing extremely well, who are in it every day, helping us, pouring into us, giving us tips, helping us succeed. So that to me was just like a no-brainer. And then I use the products, love the products. I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 50 pounds, which I needed to lose. And I love the collagen and everything else. But probably one of my favorite products is our Ova M product, which is for all phases of menopause, and it addresses some of the symptoms for menopause, hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, all those things. And within a week of starting to use it, I'm postmenopausal. I'm 58, Tina. I'm close to your age, and we're in that demographic postmenopause. But I was having occasional night sweats, and this got rid of them. I used to wake up every 1 to 2 hours. Now I'm sleeping 4 or 5 hours at a time, no problem. It's just I love the product, and I get others hooked on it because I love it and it works for them too. But when I think about tips or things that I do, I've actually hit Platinum Black 1 level, but there's certain things, requirements to get there. But so definitely on the selling side, but building my business slowly on the other side. This year, so now 2.5 years in, I've signed up one social marketer per month this year so far, which has been phenomenal for me. But the tips that I would say, as you get going, right, nothing ever happens overnight. That's a rarity. That's people who've done this business before or know what they're doing or bring a team or whatever. But I knew nothing, and I just started from scratch. But I have my non-negotiable, right, because I work full-time, is that I post every day. I do a reel, I do stories, and I do a post every day. And I'll do it before I get on my work calls in the morning, and that's my non-negotiable. So I'll get up, make sure I have enough time, and I have, a good database of drafts of, reels and things now after 2.5 years, so I can pull from ones I've done and re-edit them if I need to. But I do that, and I focus on knowing what, I'll start posting about collagen now because we have a promo coming up, right, and get people interested and share the wealth of information about the benefits of the product. And I post my Facebook page. I guess people might want to know, do you have a business page or personal page? I just have a personal page, and I make no apologies about sharing the products or the business opportunity every day in my personal Facebook page because that's what I'm in. I'm in it, right? I believe in the products. I'm in it. I do this. So people know, and I haven't had any people, my friends say anything differently or anything. If you're worried about that, they'll support you if they, if they are in your circle of friends. And but you have to believe in it and trust it, as Cordisha said earlier. And just to know, like, hang in there, right? Like, I think when I started, I had 0 followers on Facebook, right? I just had friends. I had no followers. And I think at the end of 2022, I had 500 followers on Facebook. And then at the end of last year, and actually in the first 2 months or 3 months of this year, I just hit 20,000 followers on Facebook. So if you're consistent, if you're sharing valuable information, if you stay in your lane, your demographic, like Cordisha said, you're going to attract those people. And that's what's happened. So I hit the menopause demographic. I hit the looking to retire soon. What do I do with my time? How do I make extra money to retire? And, people who want to lose that weight. So those, I stick in that. I don't reach out across other areas like postpartum or anything like that. Sometimes I get questions, but I have an endless stream of people in that space because I've focused on that. So that's just some of the tips or things, observations now 2.5 years in that I would share this morning, Tina.
I love that. I love that you have non-negotiables and that it's a real stories and a post. And there's a theme here, right? When you're seeing how people are great at promoting, and congratulations, I get that. You've done 15,000 in sales in a month, which is awesome, so awesome. But I think that you see that theme. I love that you keep your stuff that you post and you are able to repurpose. Right? Mm-hmm. And that's important for everybody to know. Once you have a bank of things together, keep them, either make albums, do that sort of thing, but then you're able to repurpose things, and that you go through the promos that we have available, and that's how you kind of cycle getting people interested in different things. Utilizing your personal page is awesome, and I can't believe you have 20,000 followers. That's amazing, like to go from 0 to 20,000. I think, too, it's really important what you said, Peggy, about staying in your lane. We often think that everything here is so great, that our products, they are for everybody. But it's like Cordisha said and like you said, if you are talking to you, then that is so great at attracting, right, your audience that can relate to you, for sure. I just think it's so great. I do want to ask you one question about your stories, because I think it's important that we are all in our stories. How many panels of stories do you post daily? Because you've been very effective, obviously, at being able to sell 15,000 worth of products a month, and people see you in your stories and become your follower, that sort of thing. How many panels and stuff do you do a day? What's the cycle of your stories?
The stories, anywhere from like 3 to, it can be like 10, 12 a day. I don't try to do, so many that you can't even see the little dashes at the top. You know what I mean? Like I try to, and I mix it up. That I will do more personal stuff there, but also some product stuff or business opportunity stuff in the stories. But I think also, I use the stories. Anybody that looks at my stories, right? Because stories, people don't have to be followers. Anybody can see your stories, and there's no limit on, like there are in liking posts or other things. And anybody that views my story, I reach out to them, especially when it's about a product or business, and I say, hey, thanks for checking out my story. I'm not sure if you're interested, but would you care for any of the information that I was sharing? And that's a gold mine of opportunity, for people to reach out to in your stories. And then, messaging, when you message people, then they start seeing your Facebook posts, so it's a cycle and it's all interconnected. So I can't stress enough, that you really need to be doing all the things, the stories, the messaging, every day. If people have birthdays every day, just wish them a happy birthday. Then they're going to start seeing your stories and your posts, so just try to do, all those things, even if it's just one post a day, even if it's just a story or two. Multiple stories is better, and then, a handful of messaging, it all adds up. And the live on Facebook, it rewards you, for viewership. So all those things together, when you do it consistently, will grow your viewership and will grow the opportunity to have those conversations for sales.
That's awesome. Do you have a ratio of how you go into your social media and afford either the business opportunity or sharing the products? Like, do you have a ratio or a pattern that you use?
I do. It's like a 3-day pattern. So one day I do all my videos pretty much on TikTok and then remove the watermark and use them on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts. But one day I am talking about the Lean Body System, literally showing them me pouring a tablespoon of the trim, adding the Tree Biotic on top, and what it does. So it's like a 30-second or more sort of live, if you will, but me talking, right? Not dancing around to music. And then another day I'll do about the business opportunity. And about a year or two ago, I forced myself to do that, because if you're not talking about the business, you're not going to get people asking you about the business. So I do one about Lean Body System, one about the business, and one about the 5-day drop, or about losing weight. So I rotate a three-part system, and I do that on repeat. And I'm amazed at how many likes and comments I get, even on repeat like that, 3 days.
I love that. I mean, I needed your encouragement for you to say that it's just okay to go out there and share about the business opportunity on your homepage, on your regular page, because like you said, I really needed this. This was amazing. You have motivated me. I love it. Like you said, you're in it. So share that you're in it. So great. Peggy, thank you so much. You got me. I'm excited. I'm excited to get out there and kind of follow some of the patterns that you shared with us in regards to your social media. And congratulations on losing the 50 pounds. Just like another testament to how amazing and effective our supplementation is. That's just so great. So thank you so much for coming on today, spending some of your Saturday with us, and sharing those insights. It's so appreciated. So